All right, let's see if this gonna work right here. And the minute I go live, here come a phone call. All right, what's going on? Let me try this again. All right, I tried to do this video from my computer. Looks like I was having some internet connection or issues, so I went on my cell phone. All right, so it forced me to come outside in my backyard. So nonetheless, I'm back on. Rodney, Jasmine, Aquila, what's going on? All right, let's get this thing started real quick. All right, now my whole purpose of coming on here this afternoon. First of all, let me say this: Happy Veterans Day to all my veterans out there who served and protect this great country of ours. All right, so salute to you. Happy Veterans Day. I hope you all are enjoying your Veterans Day. Listen, there's a lot of stuff out here that's in support of veterans that are, you can go out to Applebee's, you can eat for free. There's utilize some of this Veterans Day stuff. I plan on doing that here shortly after I do this live real quick. But salute to all my veterans that's out there. If it wasn't for you all, we will not have, or we will not have freedom. Okay, so thank you. So let me get right into it before I have another technical issues, because it always appears that when you try to, you know, give back to your people in such a way, the devil always tried to put a roadblock in front of you. But we have to be persistent and consistent in giving back to people, so that way we as a people can grow. All right, and so this is what this is all about. Now, I did a post earlier today, and that is the post was all about how you can get the government to pay for your child support. All right, I was getting into the concept of doing that, but I had some technical issues. So let me go ahead right into it right now, so that way you all can get this concept. What's up, Terrell? What's up, Sharon? I see you. All right, so let's go ahead and get this concept out of the way. So yes, you can get the government to pay for your child support. So fellas, this is free game for you all right? Okay, I know you probably have had that baby mama thing going on, this, that, another, but here's something that's going to help you financially in dealing with that. Okay, for the women, because I do have half of the fellas are coming to me, but also women are inquired about it too. You have some women who have sons, nephews, grandsons who are in that same position, who are on child support. All right, they too need that information. Or you could be that woman who are in a new relationship, or in a relationship that has a new spouse or a new boyfriend, boo thing, what have you, who's coming off of a previous relationship that has children from a previous relationship, and you want to pass this information on to them as well. All right, so this information for anyone that's on child support. Now, there is a small percentage of women who are on child support. I know a few, but it's not many. Okay, if that's you, this information is good for you as well. All right, now, having said so, how can you get the government to pay for your child support? Well, in all reality, you can get the government to pay for most of your lifestyle expenses, to include child support. Child support is just one of them. All right, but we're gonna focus on child support. Now, how can you do that? Well, the first thing that you need to do is reposition yourself within the laws of the land in order for you to get the government on your side. Okay, the land is governed by laws. Okay, and as long as we know the laws, the government will work in our favor. But as long as we don't know the laws, or unfamiliar with the laws, or ignorant to the laws, then the government will work against us. Now, here's what I want you to do before I I share this info with you. All right. Type of 1, if you want the government to work in your favor. Type of 2, if you don't care to have the government to work in your favor. All right. Let me get a little some engagement here, because this some information not everybody is learning or sharing with others, and I'm here to share every information that I get in order for everybody else to take this information and go do something with it. All right. Type of 1, if you want the government to work in your favor, versus a 2 that you don't care about the government work in your favor. All right. Let me see at least a 1 from somebody. All right. Let me see a 1 from somebody. Who wants the government to pay for your expenses? Ms. Brown says she does. All right. Who else want to learn how to get the government to pay for your expenses, to include child support? All right. Not everybody here is looking for a way to get the government to pay for child support, but what about having the government pay for other expenses? Who wants to know that information? All right. Who wants to learn that? Ms. Rose says she does. Okay. So I got a few on here. I got a couple on here. All right. So let's get into it. Now, like I mentioned before, in order for you to get the government to pay for your lifestyle expenses, which includes child support, you got to get the government to work in to be in your corner. And the only way that you can get the government to be in your corner is to learn and understand the laws of the land. This land is governed by laws. Okay, we have to learn how the laws work in this land. This does not mean you have to become an expert. Okay, you just need to know the bare minimum in order for you to take that bare minimum information to go implement it and go change your situation. All right. Now, the best way, or one of the ways to get the government to pay for your child support, is using what you call pass-through taxation law. All right. Pass-through taxation law. What's up, Nicholas? All right. This law allows you to pass through certain expenses, certain taxes, down from a pass-through taxation vehicle down to your personal income, to where now you get major tax savings. Okay. It's called the pass-through taxation law. All right. But in order for you to leverage the pass-through taxation law, you have to have a pass-through taxation vehicle, such as a business. Now, for those who have already reached out to me, and I've already passed out some information, you should have seen a video from a highly respected CPA by the name of Sandy Botkins. Actually, Sandy Botkins used to work for the federal government, okay, as a CPA and tax expert. All right. Now he has his own business. All right. So that video, that link that I sent to some of you all in your inbox, was a video from Sandy Botkins. All right. And what he explained was this: you hire, if you're a business owner, you first have to have a business. If you have a business, that is your first step. The next step into paying for getting the government to pay for your child support is, what's up, London? What's up, Angela? The next step that you need to do in order to get the government to pay for your child support is hire your children into your business. Okay? Hire your children into your business. All right? Okay? Here's how you do it. Fellas, you paying child support right now anyway, right? Whether it be out of pocket or through payroll deduction. Regardless of the fact, you paying for child support anyway. All right? Here's what you do. Here's what you do. If you're a business owner, all right, here's what you do. you start tracking the money that you're paying in child support as a business owner, and your expense category type will be contract labor. Okay? Contract labor. Because you're giving through contract labor, that expense type, you're giving money or wages to your employee. Okay? Which is your children. All right? You don't have to go to your baby mama. Let me just be real. And I know some women are probably not gonna approve of this, but you don't have to go or get permission from your baby mama to go do this, to claim this expense on your Schedule C. Okay? See, what happens is this. Your baby mama is going to claim your dependents. If they under the age of 17, she's going to claim your children or the child on her Schedule A. Okay? She's going to get a tax savings for claiming the children on her Schedule A. All right? Now, if you don't have a business, fellas, if you don't have a business, which means you out the door, you ain't getting no tax savings. And on top of that, Uncle Sam is coming to you in your pocket for that money for child support. Okay? Some of you all are getting it through payroll deduction, and some of you all are paying it right out of your pocket. Okay? This works for either way. Here's what you do though. As a business owner, what you're going to do is, however many children that you have, each time you give them money, all right, you claim that on your Schedule C as contract labor. Yvonne, thanks for jumping on. Andre, thanks for jumping on. You claim that as contract labor. Contract labor is considered to the IRS in your local state as 1099 money given to someone that works for you. That's what it's called, contract labor. Think about it when you're on your regular job and they got contract employees, all right? That business owner writes out a check to them in a form of a 1099, all right? A 1099 is nothing more than a tax code that lets the government know how to tax them, all right? If you're on a job, you're on a W-2 tax code, you being taxed at 33%. If you're a business owner and you earn an income through your business, 1099 is a tax code to let the government know to only tax you at only 15%. Why is it less? Because of the pass-through taxation law. Okay? Because of the pass-through taxation law. Gina, let's talk about that offline because I don't want to get off topic as far as how it would work for you specifically in that scenario. But we can talk offline. But let me get the general concept out first. All right? Let me get the general concept out first. All right? Remember, if you're on child support, in order for the child support to be paid by the government, you have to have a pass-through vehicle to leverage the pass-through taxation law. Now you pass what you're doing with the pass-through taxation law is leveraging the pass-through taxation vehicle to pass down that expense from your wages through your pass-through vehicle to get to the pass-through taxation law, to where the government says, oh, okay, you're a business owner. Okay, so that means you 1099. Well, I'm only going to tax you 15%, and on top of that, I'm going to allow you to deduct contract labor. I'm going to allow you to deduct contract labor because under my eyesight, you are a business owner, and we give you preferential treatment. We give you special treatment. See, wage income earners, you don't get no special treatment from the government. Even though we work through labor to get our money, but we don't get no special favors from the government because of how we are being taxed. Okay? I got to get y'all to understand this, all right? Listen, information is currency and has always been currency. Okay? Somebody came on here and said, geez, I can't watch you lie, then get off then. Because what I'm passing down is information that's going to help someone, all right? If this information is not for you, please don't get on here and rock my groove. Just jump on off. I don't even want to get an inbox, all right? I don't want to get an inbox. If this information is not for you, please do not be on here, all right? This is for the people who are interested in this information, all right? Now, let me get back to it. Now, here's how it works. You got a business, all right? You got 3 children, all right? You giving wages, you giving money to them anyway. Don't let that be out-of-pocket expense. You first become a business owner. Now employ your children into your business. Pay them whatever you're going to pay them, all right? And then claim that on your Schedule C as a business owner as contract labor expense, all right? Now, what happens is this. You get a huge deduction for claiming that because business owner can claim contract labor. Business owner also can claim wages. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we all work for somebody, right? Did you know that the wages that you're getting from your job is an expense for your employer to write off at the end of the year? Did you know that? Did you know that your wages is a tax deduction for the business or the company that you work for? They get a huge tax savings for deducting wages. That's what business owners can do. Business owners can also deduct contract labor. So even if I was a business owner, I don't have W-2 workers, but I have contract laborers, all right? And I pay them income through a form of 1099. I much rather do that because Uncle Sam can only tax 15% of it, right? Which means now they can keep more of their money in their pocket, right? Which means now you can go do more with that money, right? Now you ain't stretched from check to check trying to figure out and trying to get out your calculator on Fridays what bill ain't finna get paid. Because your money can go for so long, right? Your money only can go for so long, right? To include paying child support. Now, for some, you paying it out of your pocket, and some say, look, government, just do payroll deduction, because I ain't got time to keep up with it. Okay, cool. But here's what I'm saying. You can get the government to pay for your child support expenses, y'all. And what happens is this, that money shows back up into your tax refund. You done paid it out, now you're getting it back. You paid it out, then now the government gives it back to you, a portion of it, all right? Now, I ain't gonna sit here and say you're gonna get it all back, but getting some back is better than nothing. Because see, right now, for some of y'all who's on child support, you paying it out and ain't getting it back. It's just money gone, all right? And you don't even know whether or not if the money is being useful or it's going to good use for the children, all right? We don't know. All you're doing is just paying it until they reach the age of 17 and be gone. And after 17, you be like, "Whoo, hallelujah! I'm off of child support because of the age." How about this? You don't even have to wait until the age of 17 for them to fall off. Get your money back now. How about that? Get your money back now. Use the government to pay for your child support, ladies and gentlemen. Get the government to pay for it. And fellas, I'm going to say this again. You don't need the permission of the baby mama to go do that. If you're a business owner, first you got to be a business owner. The ladies ain't going to like what I'm going to say about this. Fellas, you got to first become a business owner. All right? This ain't going to work unless you have a business. Okay? You got to first become a business owner. Then you keep track of all the money that you're giving in child support on your whatever you're using to keep up with all of your deductions, all right? As a business owner, you need to have something that keeps up with all your expenses. If you don't, then there's no way that you're going to be ahead above everybody else if you're not getting if you're not keeping up with all your expenses, because you're leaving money on the table. If you're not keep business owners, if you're not keeping up with your expenses, you leaving money on the table. You losing just as fast as someone is working. You're not getting ahead, because tax savings is non-taxable money. When's the last time somebody got taxed on a tax refund? Ain't nobody getting taxed on no tax refund. So the more expenses that you keep up with and claim at the end of the year, the more that it will show up in your tax refund. All right? So yes, you may not be claiming your child for what you call it, child tax credit. No. See, here's what happens in the child tax credit. You're probably going to get every bit about maybe close to $1,100 to $1,500 per child in child tax credit. All right. But let's say that you on child support, you're a business owner, you keeping up with it, and you've been giving your child at least $6,000 in child support in a total year. Now, I know I'm lowballing, but just think about it. $1,500 in a child tax credit versus a $6,000 tax deduction as a business owner. Who you think winning? Who you think winning? The person who's claiming the $6,000 as a business owner. Why? Because that deduction carries the bigger weight. You're a business owner. You're a business owner. All right? You are a business owner. And now you're able to leverage the pass-through taxation law. Y'all, if we ain't leveraging the pass-through taxation law, we simply just throwing money away. Let me just be quite frank and direct. As an ex-drill sergeant, let me just get up in your grill. You're leaving money on the table if you don't understand the pass-through taxation law. If you ignorant to the taxation, if you're ignorant to the pass-through taxation law, you simply throwing money away. I cannot put it any gentler, any kind of way of saying this. You leaving money on the table. So when you working and you leave your home from your loved ones, is it your goal to leave money on the table? Or is it your goal to have more money in your pocket? Ask yourself that question. You want more money in your pocket, or you want less money in your pocket? If you want more money in your pocket, you got to get the government on your side. And the only way to get the government on your side is to know and understand and leverage the pass-through taxation law. You got to get you a pass-through taxation vehicle, which is a business. My classmates say, stop worrying about Trump and learn the rules. I'm going to tell you something. Even before Trump got here, these rules was in place. Trump just did a little reform. But when he did the reform, the business owners are greatly benefited from, because they got a pass-through vehicle. They got a pass-through taxation vehicle. And they keeping more of their money in their pocket. What's up, Brother Parks? On the yo. So fellas and ladies who have nephews, grandsons, sons that are in the situation where they paying child support, let them know. Send them this video. Let them know that they can get the government to pay for it. Yeah, the government had put you on it, but the government can pay for it for you. You just got to get the government on your side. But here come the laziness in us. I don't feel like learning all that stuff. I ain't got time for all that. And while you ain't got time to learn it, guess what you're doing? you're losing money. You're losing money. See, it ain't all about the labor. See, we know how to work for labor. That's easy. We can easily earn money with labor, but see, it takes knowledge and intelligence to keep your money. Anybody can go out here and labor. I can go out here right now and lay bricks to build this house. That's labor. That's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with labor, blood, sweat, and tears. But what about this right here? Because see, the folks who are using this right here, the intellect piece, are the ones who's not struggling financially. So all I'm saying is partner up or put together the labor and the intellect, because they can work together. They can coexist in the same environment. Put the labor and the intellect together to change your situation. What's up? What's up, Noop? I see you. Right now, all we trying to do, the only way that we trying to get ahead is more labor, more labor. Go get a second job. Go get a third job. Go work some overtime. I know right now we coming up in the holidays, right? So there are some who gonna be working overtime to get that Christmas money. There's some gonna pick up a second or third job so they can get that Christmas money. But see, remember, wages is taxed at 33%. So if you go get 2 more jobs, guess what? You're going to get taxed 2 more times at 33%. You feeling what I'm saying? You're going to get taxed again. Tax codes. The tax codes let the government know how much money they're going to take from you. Let me break this down one more time. Wages. W-2, you're taxed at 33%. Business owner, 1099, you taxed at 15%. It can be less because you got deductions, because you got the corporate tax rate and the pass-through taxation laws in your favor. And if you're an investor where you're getting capital gains and dividends through an investment, that income is only taxed, that's 1098, that's the tax code, it's only going to be taxed at 10%. Now, who's getting taxed the most? The laborer. So yeah, put it all in your blood, sweat, and tears, but your blood, sweat, and tears is being taxed. Your money is being taxed. And let me tell you something else that's being taxed outside of your money. Your mind, body, and soul is being taxed. It ain't just your money. It's your mind, body, and soul that's also being taxed. Hence why we need to use intellect in order to play this chess game, because that's the game that's being played out here. We around here playing checkers in a chess game. And I'm telling y'all ain't gonna make those moves fast enough in order to stay up. Folks out here playing chess moves. And the reason why they playing chess moves, because they understand the law of the land. But for those who don't want to understand the law of the land, you're going to continue to play checkers. And while you playing checkers, you continue to lose money. You're leaving money on the table. And I hate to see our people lose money or leave money on the table. I know it's hard out here. It is hard out here. But you first got to understand how the rules work. For those who play sports, all right, let's talk about basketball. You know good and doggone well you can't dribble down the court with 2 hands. That's called double dribble. That's in the rules. You can't double dribble and expect not to get a call, a whistle blown on you. You can't foul someone. You can't touch them. That's part of the rules. All right? So you got to understand the rules of the game, just like sports. But this is a different game out here, y'all. It's a different game. And as long as we don't understand the rules, some of us just don't want to learn the rules. Some of us are ignorant to the rules. Now, being ignorant to the rules is one thing. We can fix that through empowerment. Ignorance just nothing that ignorant doesn't make nobody stupid. That just make them unknown about a specific subject. that can easily be changed through empowerment. But you do have some folks who know it or have some awareness of it, but don't apply it. All right. See, it's one thing to acquire information, but it's another thing to execute the information. See, I can come on here all day long and give you strategies on how to keep more money in your pocket, but if you don't execute the information that I share, you still at a standstill, and you still leaving money on the table. You still letting the government take your money. Are you earning money to let the government take it, or are you earning money to keep the government out your pocket? Here's something I always say. The more you know, the less you owe. Let me say that again. The more you know, the less you owe. The less you know, the more you'll owe. I'm going to repeat that whole thing one more time. The more you owe, the less you'll owe. The less you know, the more you'll owe. Now ask yourself the question, do you want to owe more or owe less? This comes right back to how I started this video once again. Getting the government to pay for your child support. You got to get the government on your side. And the only way the government's going to recognize you is you got to get in a different tax code. You got to go get in a different tax code. Because as long as you in a tax code called W-2, and I'm not badging W-2 because I'm still a wage income earner too, but I'm also a business owner. And I use the pass-through taxation law through my business to lower my money over here as a W-2. So now I'm no longer getting taxed at 33% on my wages. I'm getting taxed less than that. So now I'm keeping more of my money over here as a wage income earner, and I'm using my business to generate me another stream of income to where it's being taxed at 15% or less, because I can deduct some stuff. I got two children. Okay? Here's another free game. Both of my daughters are cheerleaders. Now for those parents, y'all know cheerleading is expensive around here. It's expensive. But see, here's the thing. I deduct my daughter's cheerleading expenses. Why? Because I'm a business owner. I'm using the pass-through taxation law. I employ them into my business. So they do certain things for me in my business. So the money that I give them anyway, I'm deducting that. So they go buy clothes, I'm deducting that. They go buy shoes, I'm deducting that. If they spend money on their cheerleading stuff, school, whatever their lifestyle expenses, I'm deducting that. That's called contract labor. Now the government says, oh, Cedric, you a business owner? So 1099. So I'm gonna tax you differently. All right. Oh yeah, contract labor. Let's see, you got about $20,000 in contract labor. I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give that back to you in tax savings, which will show up in your tax refund. Go ball out. Now let me just retract that. Now I don't want to say go ball out. Go get that money and go do something right with that money. I shouldn't say go ball out, because some of us will go ball out and we never will see that money again. Okay? That's how you can get the government to pay on your lifestyle expenses. It ain't just child support. I just gave you another example. You got to employ your children into your business, but if you ain't have a business, you can't employ your children into your business. If you can't employ your children in your business, then your child support expenses are gonna be out of pocket expenses where you'll never, ever, 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 in my Chris Tucker voice, see it again. You'll never see it again. But if you want to see that money show up in your tax refund, you have to reposition yourself to use a different tax code to leverage the pass-through taxation law. And under the pass-through taxation law, you have to have a pass-through taxation vehicle, such as a business, to allow you to leverage the pass-through taxation law. Now, any questions, any comments? Somebody on here, the devil will always bring me that one person in my atmosphere that's a disbeliever or a naysayer or a hater. I'm waiting for that devil to bring that person so I can squash him. Yes, this is kind of like in your face kind of thing, but see, I'm not here for no quiet storm. I'm here for an awakening, because a lot of us are at us falling asleep at the wheel, and we complaining about us crashing. Wake up so you won't crash. This is an awakening information to wake our sleeping folks up, to let you know that there is a way if you listen and apply. Hey, I see you, classmate. Don't even try that. Don't even try it. Don't try it. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do. I've already dispelled one already. Talking about, I can't watch you live. Don't watch me live. Get your butt off, because it ain't for you. It ain't for you. If you fine for the government to take your cookies from you, let the government take your cookies. But don't complain about it later. You get your pay stub. Oh man, my net income. Oh man, I ain't got no money left over, and I still got this child support. I still got these other bills and yada yada yada. Don't complain about it, because the government took your cookies. It's systematically set up that way. Why? Because you're using a different set. You're using a tax code to where the government can do that without your permission. Now, if you're a business owner, now you get to tell the government how much money you're going to pay them in taxes after you have taken care of all your expenses. See, the wage income earner is like this. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at the messenger, because this is how it is laid out. If you're a wage income earner, this is a philosophy. You work, then you're taxed, and then you spend what's left over. Now, you can't live your best life with leftovers. You can't go ball out with leftovers. Okay? That's a philosophy of a wage income earner who is taxed on the W-2. Here's a philosophy of a business owner and investor. Or excuse me, as a business owner. The business work, the business spend, and then the business pay taxes at the end. Let me say that again. Business owners on a 1099. The government you tell the government how much money you are willing to pay taxes after you taking care of all the stuff that you need to do up front. The business work, then the business will spend, and then the business will pay taxes at the end. Here's the philosophy for the investor. Okay? Money works, then it's reinvested, then it's taxed at the end also. Okay? All right? I don't know if it's chocolate chips. It could be some I don't know. But I know the government is playing Cookie Monsters with a lot of them. Cookies. They're getting all them cookies because of the fact we don't understand how the government works. It's easy to learn how the government works. We just not willing to learn. That's where the laziness come in at. Intellectual laziness. We understand that we can go use labor to go earn money, but that ain't where the wealth is built at. The wealth is built right here. Think about the people. I want somebody to tell me wealth is not a specific number. Wealth ain't, and it's getting dark. So I need to hurry up because y'all know when it's get dark, and this dark complexion guy right here, y'all ain't be able to see him other than his eyes and his yellow teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up real quick. All right. Wealth is not a specific number, because you can be a millionaire and you still broke as hell. Why? Because you still because you don't understand how to get the government on your side. So it ain't about how much wealth is not about how much money that you have. It's all about having financial options. It's all about having financial options. That's what wealth really is. It's all about having financial options to where you do what you want, when you want to do it, how you want to do it. Everything is done in your own terms. That is wealth. And the only way to be able to do those things is to have financial options. But you can't have financial options if the government is taking your cookies. It can be chocolate chips. It can be vegan cookies. It can be raisin cookies. I don't care what kind of cookies you earn and you making over there. As fast as you making them cookies, the government is taking them. All right. So here's my thing. Tomorrow is work day. When you get up in the morning, ask yourself the question, do you want the government to work for you or against you? See, when you get the government to work for you, the government writes you checks. But see, when the government works against you, you write the government checks. Damn, how many checks do you want to write? You writing a check for the government twice because you trying to outpace inflation between 3 and 4%. You writing the government another check because of the fact you're being taxed at 33%. You writing a check to the government because of the fact that you done lost all your buying power to the government twice, to where now you putting that stuff on debt. So you writing a check to the bank. And then lastly, you got a lifestyle. So now you writing a check to big business. Oh yeah, it's holiday season. You think the big business ain't waiting for you to spend their money with them? They waiting. So all these folks are after your cookies. The government, the banks, and business. They all after your cookies. Fast as you make them, they take them. Those are your cookie monsters. So until you are able to get because they all got a partnership. The banks, the government, and the business, they all got a partnership. They like first cousins. They all like first cousins. They's like, yo, they gotta come see me. I'm gonna take that 33%. So now, cousin bank, I got them set up for you to where they ain't gonna have enough money to go pay on their lifestyle expense. So now they gotta go get it on credit. So now they gotta charge up some stuff. Cousin bank. And oh yeah, cousin business owners. Big business. You know they got a lifestyle, they gotta come see you. So there's no way they living off the grid. Ain't nobody around here living off the grid. They got lifestyle expenses, so they got to come see you. They all first cousin. They all in cahoots with each other. That's the get down out here. You got 3 cookie monsters after your cookies. So now, I know that I went all the way around the world with that, but you can get the government to pay for your child support. You just got to get the government on your side. Now, we talk about money strategy in this community that I'm in. All right. I see Vonda Bell on here. I see my boy, my 7th grade, all the way back from Cloverdale Junior High, A. London, Arrington, and some few others here, right? We are in a community where we're teaching our people financial intellect. Let's learn how to use this right here. Okay? Because this is not where the money is being made right here. It's a start. Okay? But it doesn't end there. Wherever you start is not always where you end. All right? It ends right here. We go to school, so we do have some respect for knowledge. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going to school. We wouldn't go to high school. We wouldn't pay out college loans to go to get a secondary education. So we respect knowledge. We all know that if we get it up here, nobody can take it from us. And that's something that can be passed down to the next generation. It ain't about the money being passed down to the next generation. It's about the knowledge to go to help the next generation start off getting it. We got to get to the point to where we got to stop having our generation starting from ground zero. We too much of, well, they got to get it like I got it kind of thing. Now, y'all, the people who are not struggling financially and their generations that coming behind them, they're not starting from ground zero because somebody passed some knowledge down to them to where they took that knowledge, executed to where now they building wealth. And again, wealth is not a magical number. It's all about time freedom and flexibility. Do what you want, when you want, how in the hell you want to do it. That's financial freedom. I don't know if anyone is in their financial wilderness, but I hope this information can help you see your way out. Okay? We're looking for more Joshuas. All right? We're looking for more Joshuas to go into the community and educate and empower our people that there is hope to come out of the financial wilderness. But we have to know that there is hope. Okay? There is hope. Look, you're looking at a 6-figure income earner that used to struggle. See, that's why I say money is not going to make nobody intellectually smart. It just means you got more money. And money just really reveals who you really are. Money just reveals who you really are. Okay? So let's get this knowledge, y'all. Let's come out of this financial bondage. It's time to be liberated. All right? It's time to be liberated. Now, if you don't want to be liberated, you want to stay enslaved by what you're going through right now, this information is not for you. This information is not for you. When the Bible says when one or two are gathered in my name, all I'm looking for is that one or two. I ain't looking for everybody, because everybody mind ain't ready for this. Everybody don't want to be free. Harriet Tubman had already said that. She already said that long before she passed, that she could free more slaves if slaves wanted to be free. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we may be physically free, but mentally, some of us are still enslaved. And it's time for us to come out of slavery. How long are you going to dwell in Egypt? How long are you going to dwell in Egypt? The Hebrews called out to God to say they were ready to come out of Egypt. And God sent them Moses. And Moses had Joshua and other followers to help people come out of the wilderness. Do you want to come out of the wilderness? If so, here's what I want you to do. Below this video, because it is getting dark. Y'all see how dark I'm getting, right? It is getting dark. Below this video, there is a link. All right? Click on that link. And that link will give you some more information on some more strategies on how to get the government on your side. Okay? This is where you're going to learn the pass-through taxation law in snippets. Okay? You don't have to know everything about the law to leverage the law. All right? It's no different than your voting rights law. You know that law governs you the right to vote. Taxation law governs you to pay less in taxes. You didn't know that. But I'm here to give you the message that you can. Okay? Click the link below if you want to know more on how to get the government to get on your side to where you can have child support. You can get the government to pay on your child support. You can get the government to pay on your cell phone bill. You can get the government to pay you a portion of your rent, your mortgage, utility bills, the gas you put in your car, the car note, your lease note, your life insurance, your alarm, all kinds of stuff, your lifestyle expenses. But the government, you will never get the government to pay on any of that stuff if you're under the tax code called W-2. You have to be on a tax code called a 1099 in order for the government to pay on those lifestyle expenses, to include child support expenses. You can claim that on your Schedule C as a business owner under contract labor, to where the government says, okay, I'll allow you to deduct the contract labor deduction for tax savings, and that tax savings will show up in your tax refund. All right? So let me end it right here, because y'all can't even hardly see me, because I can't even see myself other than them yellow teeth of mine. This is your boy Cedric Jenkins, Fine and Creative. Your money matters. Your money matters because of the fact you get up each and every day to earn it. You have the God-given right to keep it. But the only way that you can keep it is you got to get the government on your side. If the government ain't on your side, just know that the government is a cookie monster, and they gonna take your cookies. As fast as you make your cookies, bake a big pan all you want, but the government gonna take it as soon as you pull that pan out of the oven. They're gonna take it. So don't let the government take your cookies. That is the message. All right. Well, holla at y'all later. Let me go get back to my cigar and my wine, and I'm gonna chill out here on my back patio. I'm gonna throw on these lights, throw on some jazz, sit by this poolside. I'm gonna chill on Veterans Day. For all my veterans, again, happy Veterans Day. If it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't have freedom. Thank you for your service. All right. Thank you for your service. Y'all be blessed.